your children and tell them this is your ear, because they can hear what you are saying. Our sermon today is coming from the book of Genesis 41, 37 to 47. We will not do much because there's not much time. And the topic is, in this year of flourishing, the earth will bring forth abundantly.
Here, because they can hear
what you are saying. The earth will bring forth abundantly. And the earth is where you work. The earth is your business. The earth is anything that brings forth. The earth, that is where you till. So you have to learn to speak to where you till. Like I speak to Cooperative Bank and tell Cooperative Bank, you have to yield abundantly to me, or wherever God is placing me. Bwana asifiwe. We read, I have NKJV, so I'll just read Genesis 41 from verse 37. So the advice, this was the story of Joseph after he interpreted the dream. How many of us were here for the revival weekend?
That is where you till.
You know the reason, we were told the reason, we were reminded that the reason as to why Joseph was promoted, what because of the advice he gave, the wisdom that he had, because wisdom is visible. Bwana asifiwe. And the Bible says, so the advice was good in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of all his servants.
From verse 37.
So when we ask for favor, we have to ask for favor from God. In the eyes of my boss, in the eyes of those people who surround, in the eyes of the director, and in the eyes of those who surround them, because they have power to influence the decision made by your boss. But sometimes what happens to us is that those around you are the ones who wanaenda kupeleka mshene against you.
Because wisdom is
Sindio, that's what is happening everywhere, even kwa biashara.
And the Bible says, so the advice was good in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of all his servants.
Because of
so
the
when we ask for favor, we have to ask for favor.
And then the Bible says,
God.
Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, inasmuch as God has shown you all this, there is no one as discerning and wise as you, surround them, because wisdom is visible. Wisdom is experienced by your boss. Bwana asifiwe. In the advice, wisdom is not just you thinking and keeping quiet. It has to be visible and it has to be manifested. And then the Bible continues to say, there is no one as discerning and wise as you. And that is why as a church we have to pray for the spirit of, the gift of discernment of spirits. Bwana asifiwe. We have to pray that God help us to discern the times and the seasons of our lives. And then the Bible continues to say, now this is Pharaoh speaking to Joseph, you shall be over my house. You shall be over my I want us to be together. Na bado kuna watu wananiangalia na wasemi house. House. H-O-U-S-E. You shall be over my. And then the Bible continues to say, and all the people shall be ruled according to your word. According to your word. Joseph is saying things quiet. Higher. How many of us believe that wherever we are reigning? We are in charge. Hapa katikati, hapa kwa teacher's call, hapo, do you believe that wherever you are reigning? I have asked, how many of us believe, like where I work, I'm in charge, and I know I'm in charge, and I cannot share the testimonies, but the youth church knows I'm in charge, because there are things that happen because of word. Bwana asifiwe. And the Bible says, and over all my people shall be ruled according to your word. Bwana asifiwe. All my people shall be ruled according to your word. What are you saying? Because that is word. Na nikiangalia in my Bible, the word is small letter. According to your word, according to what you are saying. So wherever you are in charge, are you in charge or you are not in charge? In the sense, you don't have to tell them, come here, go. But what you are saying. Many of the times at our workplaces, especially this season, with the KRA, with the SHA, with all those things. Dr. Caro, watu wanasema maisha ni ngumu? Yes, that's what people are saying. Economy is hard. When you say maisha ni ngumu, are you reigning? Are you ruling? Are you in charge? You are agreeing with them. You are agreeing with the enemy. And the Bible continues to say, pambana, tutapambana na hali Kwanza wengine mnaambiwa, especially for those of us who knew how people voted, unaambiwa wewe si ni wewe ulienda ukavote, and you are very vocal when you are declaring which one should come, whether it is whichever government, and it came to power. Sasa upambane na hali ya, and you are very comfortable saying and agreeing with them that tutapambana na hali yetu. Bwana asifiwe. Which hali are you pambanaing nayo? Mimi napambana na hali ya word. Bwana asifiwe. Hali ya word inasema that my promotion does not come from here, that my pocket is not determined by the economy of Kenya. Hali ya word inasema that I walk in perfect health. Bwana asifiwe. Si hali yangu, ni hali ya what God has said about me. So Joseph was told, according to your word, that's how you're going to rule. So tell your neighbor that you rule by your word. You rule by your word. Only in regard to the throne will I be greater than you. And Pharaoh said to Joseph, see, I have set you over all the land of Egypt. Pharaoh is not a god. He is in charge. But he has set who? Joseph over the land of Egypt. And you know, on 31st of December, after midnight, I believe, the word was declared. So our father, the set man of the house, our father declared of our lives. And you know, by declaring that this is your year of flourishing, that means he has set you above. But are you set above? Ama umerudi chini? Because if you are not here, you are one of those people who are saying, mi napambana na hali yangu, mi na hustle, maisha imekuwa ngumu, I don't know where to get money, there is no money, the economy is hard, it has affected us. Bwana asifiwe. Then the Bible says, then Pharaoh took his signet ring off his hand and put it on Joseph's hand, and he clothed him with garments of fine linen and put a gold of chain around his neck, and he had him ride in the second chariot which he had. And they cried out before him, bow the knee. So he set him over all the land of Egypt. Pharaoh also said to Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without your consent, no man may lift his hand or foot in all the land of Egypt. Umesikia the power that God has given to, not God, Pharaoh has given to Joseph, that I am Pharaoh, and without your consent. You know, whatever happens to us, we give it consent. Consent is allowing. Unaweza fanyika. Ni sawa tu. And you know how you give it consent? By aligning yourself with the things of the world, or with what you are seeing with your eyes. And yet God expects us to be above, because he has said he has set us, we are above only and not below. Bwana asifiwe. And the Bible says that Pharaoh said, without your consent. So you allow. When you see your child come home, and I like this thing of saying and speaking to things, because I have seen it work in my life. When I see Daniela come home, and the reports are not what, when I look at my daughter, and I look at the report, they are not agreeing. Now I decide to agree with the report, instead of what I believe about Daniela. And tell her, Daniela, you know you are the head and not the tail. This mathematics, a mathematician, I am a mathematician. I did well in mathematics. So calculations, I do it very fast. I tell her the blood, physical blood of the father is also good.